she has to be at home. She cannot cook. I had an elder sister, so my parents took care of her, and I was grown by my grandparents. So my grandparents took very good care of me, while the child in me always looked for a parental affection and care. So I remember certain incidents from my life. So I had a best friend during my school when I was around 10 years old. Her name is Anita. Just a friend, not a girlfriend. So she's my best friend, and on Wednesdays, I used to be very happy. You know why? Because her mom would come to our school to serve food for her. Because I am her best friend, she would also bring food for me. She won't stop there. She would make us sit next to each other, and she will also feed sometimes. So I used to be waiting for that one moment when that mom will feed me. So this was the inner child which I discovered when I did this healing. Last few days when I was doing this healing journey. And not only this feeling of emotional love from, missing our emotional love from our parents grew up as an emotional void as I grew up. I started becoming a people pleaser, where I started saying yes wherever I wanted to say no. I did not stand up for me, rather I always considered others are taking the right decisions. I should always believe others. I waited for validation and approval from the external world. This did not stop just with my school, it even continued after that. At my work, I always used to give up easily. I never used to stand up in arguments. I always think that let them others speak, let me listen. So this is how it showed up. And in my marriage life, I found it very difficult to connect emotionally with my wife. Where while I was a person who needed that emotional connect from my mother, I expected that my wife would replace it. But even that was a little difficult for me. Because it is the parents who has to help the child to grow emotionally as well, which was missing in my case. And criticisms. Whenever I was criticized, I used to feel crushed. I used to feel broken when I was bullied. So these things I carried for a very long time. And now comes the part 2. How many of you have read this book, Awaken the Giant Within, by Tony Robbins? Such a best book. I think if you have not read, I would request you to go ahead and grab that book. So in that, Tony Robbins would have said, awakening the giant within you starts with a wake-up call. All of us have the enormous potential and energy within us, but there should be a wake-up call to awaken the giant within us. You know who that wake-up call for me is? Our beautiful mentor sitting here. Back in those days, I think it was COVID time, where I had to spend a lot of time at home. I was browsing through the Facebook, and that's when this ad comes, wake up at Brahma Muhurat. So I just clicked on it, and I paid for it because I liked that word Brahma Muhurat. Because waking up at 5 a.m. was very difficult for me. I thought I wanted to have an accountability and wake up at 5 a.m. if I pay for that. And I enrolled it for Rise and Shine. That's when the first 5 days masterclass, and next I joined this Rise and Shine program. Through that program, I think my life started to change. I think we say the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and that was the first step, I would say. And Rise and Shine, what a beautiful program. I still remember that first day, that slide which Shilpa ma'am showed, highest energy wins. How many of us remember that? That is a real game changer in my life. Wherever I wanted to go for an interview, or I'm going to take an interview, or I'm going to speak like this on the stage, I always remember that word, highest energy wins. I want to be on high energy, no matter what. And that started helping me in my professional life. Thank you. I started speaking up in meetings. I started talking to my wife. I started asking her what's going on. Before I never used to do that. But I started understanding people's energy slowly. And my children started to adapt that energy from me. I felt so lovely when I have two daughters. And I really want them to be happy and I don't want them to undergo the struggle that I went through. And so now I completed the Rise and Shine. Before I completed Rise and Shine, I have to say this. I got 4 very, very, very beautiful accountability partners from this Shilpa's community. I want to say their names because without them, I wouldn't be standing here. Please stand up, Vimmi Kalra, Rohit Chatani, Swayam, Verandi. So these are the people. And Vandana. So we had to be very much connected during the Rise and Shine program because even if one person don't join, the other person would say what was going on in that community, and we used to connect with each other. And now the Rise and Shine completed, I learned so many things, law of attraction, so many new things. I think Shilpa ma'am blown up with that one Rise and Shine program. My life started to change. I started to become better and better. The person who was carrying emotional baggage becoming happier. I started showing, my friends started asking, Vikram, something is different in you, what's that? Next, the step is $1 Million Coach. The life-changing $1 Million Coach program. And for that, again, I want to thank Vimmi only because I never thought I want to be a coach or why should I become a coach? I already carry so much of emotional baggages, and how can I be a coach to anybody? And at that time, Vimmi was very much determined. No, Vikram, I want to do it. Because we are accountability partners, we used to always talk. Every decision we make about Shilpa ma'am's programs, we discuss and then only we will enroll. And she joined first. And it was not a program like 7,000, it's a 1 lakh plus program. And that's a big decision that I have to make because I never took such programs in my life, except for my engineering. Engineering also I paid less than 1 lakh only. Because at that time we had a concept of free seat. So the semester fees was only 20,000. My father borrowed and I paid within 1 lakh only. And this time it was 1 lakh. So Vimmi, you really sure you want to pay 1 lakh rupees for this program? She said, yes, I want to go for it.
Change your life. Yeah.
Sorry?
That engineering did not change your life.
Yes, of course, you're right. Thank you. Engineer, I am an engineer, but still, she engineered me again. So coming back to the story of my dearest Vimmi. So she was a creative artist and she wanted to do life coaching because she loves Shilpa ma'am like anything. Like any of us will do. And she said, no, I want to go with Shilpa ma'am. I'm sure for the value, whatever I'm paying, she will deliver. That confidence she had. And I was also confident, but I was little thinking because my money energy, you know about it, right? 1 lakh only I paid for engineering. Why will I pay for this kind of programs 1 lakh rupees? And I don't have that also at that time. So I had to do something to borrow and ask my friends or whatever, or maybe my wife, and pay for it. So that's how it was. Even though I was earning, I had a lot of things worked out in my budget and I really had to bring that money for this program. So then what happened, I told Vimmi, you are going to join because Vimmi and me have the same mindset. Whatever she attracts, it works for me. I believe that, okay, we both are in the same energy zone. So I always, okay, let Vimmi took, I also want to take that. I had that mindset. Next, Vimmi asked me, Vikram, don't take this, I am taking, you decide why you want to take. If you are not sure, don't take it. Then I said, Vimmi, I have 2 daughters. Forget about coaching others, I can coach my daughters. Because I don't want my daughters to go through all the same thing I was going through and I reinvent everything. I thought I can help my daughters. That was the first intention I took this life coaching program. And you won't believe, I made the best decision of my life. I even keep telling people who are thinking about taking this $1 Million Coach program, please go for it. Whatever be it, you pledge your jewels or you ask somebody credit card, whatever be it, please go and take it because that changed my life. The very first activity, Wish and Share activity, mind blowing. Clarity. The clarity we got about our future. When I meet Shilpa ma'am, what will I tell on the coffee table? So that activity I connected very well. And next weeks I had to do so many assignments. So one thing I had in my mind was from my college days or school time also. If I don't understand anything, I will not move forward. So one thing I want to tell you is in my case was I completed Vision Chair, then I completed the second week, but after third week my work got hectic. So I had to stop it at that time. Because I did not complete the third week, I kept on keeping the other assignments on, and only now I completed, even this stage only I received because I enrolled 22. You can imagine now I'm getting it because that assignments have so much of power. Without completing the assignments, you cannot get the transformation. So that much I was clear. Unless I finish the assignment, I'm not going to come to the stage and get the certificate from her. I had that determination in me. Now the second thing, the base values. What a beautiful exercise was that. Understanding your base values. I don't want to tell the entire program, but still how it helped. I have to. Identifying your base values and then goals. I started writing my goals. One of the goal I still remember, I was working in Otis elevators for the last 7 years, and my wish always I have to file patents. Everybody in my office had patents, and I never had one in the last 5 years. I wrote that goal, and you won't believe now I have 3 patents. That SMART framework, I truly enjoyed doing it. Whichever assignment I enjoyed and did it, it proved to be very fruitful for me. Please don't take this course as just a course and keep it. You have to work on the assignments. If you are taking that course, then only you will find the value. That is for sure. And then coach program. Then as I started progressing, one thing I found I did not find connected to the assignment because something was missing. I cannot do the further assignments. Dreams, what are my dreams now? Now I really felt that something I have to do. Then comes the Ho'oponopono. For a person who has emotional baggage, doing goals will not keep you happy. But what was making me happy was my inner child healing. That Ho'oponopono, along with coach, made a difference for me. After the third week when I stopped, I started Ho'oponopono. In Ho'oponopono, there is a beautiful exercise called inner child healing, where I saw that inner child who was waiting for my friend's mother to feed. I connected with that inner child, and slowly I started becoming better. I understood what am I going through, why am I procrastinating, why am I overthinking, why am I not talking to my wife, why am I not talking to my friends, why do I feel this emotional storm that I'm facing all these days. That was really a great journey. I'm very glad to share that journey here and motivate you all, because I even could have cried in the morning actually when I was holding Pallavi's hand. I saw my mom. I told her, Mom, why didn't you hug me? The first question I asked her, why didn't you hug me? My mom was taking pills at that time. I remember one day after 7 years, I went to my mom's house. My mom was sleeping. I asked her food. Mom, I'm very hungry, serve me food. And I went around that bed for almost 3-4 times. My mom couldn't wake up. And as a child, I was feeling so hungry at that time. I started crying. That moment came in my mind when I did this inner child healing. See how wounded that child feels when her mom was not available. And if you have a son or a daughter, please make sure to feed them at least whenever you can. Because they are going to carry this kind of love and remembrance forever in their life, and it's going to improve their personality also. The bonding. And then comes my other dreams. Now I started becoming better with the Ho'oponopono. Now I started thinking, there is a big difference in me. My wife started saying, Vikram, what's happening to you? Are you the same husband? My same husband? No. You keep on changing. So many things you are doing. And I don't understand what. Do you have anybody else in your life? No, that's not someone. That's no one but my mentor only. And my accountability partners who are changing my life. Now she knows, my daughters, 2 daughters know Shilpa ma'am very well. Even though she don't know them. And yes, and then I started becoming Yeah, I started becoming better and better. Now I thought that my story should inspire others. Whenever I spoke to people, wherever I stayed, they used to feel inspired and they used to connect with me. And within like half an hour of talking to them, they used to feel better. Now I thought, no, I definitely have to write a book on this. That's when I wrote this book, You Can Transform. That's really a journey. I felt satisfied with doing that. And then I thought, okay, if I did this book, all my family members can study. What if somebody wanted a practical sessions? Then I started putting it together my program and started. So far I have only 5 clients, but still I'm very happy. I even shared the testimonials with the ma'am before I came to the certification. You can read the testimonials. They were very 100% authentic, testimonials from them. And then I took this to the next level by going to the TEDx stage, which was one of my dreams. So I will end this speech. I know this time is getting over for me. Only one thing I want to say. If you are someone who are carrying emotional baggages, whatever might be the situation, believe that you can rise. Because if I can transform, you all can transform.